see the author.
Yeah, total depravity.
What's going on, everybody? It's Halle with Witness to Light Music, and this is Behind the Mix Part 3 for the song 5 featuring Joshua Crease and Evident SDG. I'm just going to go through the instrumental this time to give you guys an idea of what I did to a pre-mixed instrumental to get it sounding the way I wanted, the way that you hear it on the project. Here we go. So essentially what I had was this MP3, this wave of the track. Dope track, produced awesome, and the mixing was great on it actually. But that's the problem with pre-mixed instrumentals, is that you can't really get in and slice things up, and tweak the drums and tweak the harmonies and whatnot. So you got to get creative with what you got. And for a while now, one of the things that I've been enjoying doing is writing automation on an instrumental. Now you can write automation on vocals, on instruments, different parts of a song. But if you're writing automation with a premixed beat, like this one, for example, you kind of have to get creative. So what I did was, I'll give you guys an idea. What I did was I brought a delay throw into the beat. Break it down for you guys so you can hear it. Here we go. So that delay throw is right off the hop of the instrumental, right off the hop of the song. And that's when the first verse comes in. You can see my little marker here, JK. That's when Joshua Crease jumps in for verse 1. And that's where you'll be able to hear a little bit more of a presence and a little bit more in the background of what's happening before the vocal comes in. Let me unmute the vocals and we'll see what it sounds like. Here we go.
Not a scholar, I'm just here on display like a couple words on the page and just pray that you could see the author.
Yeah, total depravity.
So it doesn't sound like I have the main vocals on, but what you heard there essentially was a little bit of the effects that were happening, the background vocals, the ad-libs, but also when you listen carefully, you would hear the instrumental kind of fading off in the distance, and that was kind of the idea, to kind of transition into the first verse. Essentially what it is, it's just me sending to a tape delay, and it's from the T-Rax Tape Echo, and it's at 1/4 dotted, and it gives me kind of that vibe and left-right panning, especially when it came to using the Pan Man. Then I chained it into the Pan Man, giving me the delay, and then the left, right, nice and slow. I was able to use this automatic panner to give me the left, right, left stereo, left speaker, right speaker feel, to kind of create movement and to get them into the first verse. And then I always enjoy saturation, and I felt like I needed to use a little bit here for the T-Rax Saturator X. I enjoy this plugin as well. Drive it a little bit, and it gives me the grit and the hotness that I'm looking for, if that's even to this kind of stuff. So from there, my instrumental, there was not much I needed to do to it. I jumped in with a Pultec from UAD, and I gave it a boost, about a 1 dB boost in the 100 frequency range there. And then in the 4K, I gave it a 1 dB boost. I can't forget about the attenuation I did here when I lowered the attenuation. And I gave it I'm boosting, I'm cutting, I'm boosting, I'm cutting. The way the Pultec works, amazing, beyond my mind, beyond my understanding. But it does what it does, and it gives it a sound without even actually messing with the knobs. And then that was just what I did on the instrumental track. But then when I went into then I routed into my music bus, and it's exact same concept with the vocals that I do. But this time I decided to use the SSL 4000E channel strip. And I think this was specifically just to kind of have a console emulation on there to give it that color. I'm not doing too much with it. I think it's still on default actually. And then from there, another Pultec, but this one was the Pro Legacy. And I'm essentially only giving a little bit of a boost in the 300 hertz. And then that was it. That was it. I didn't feel like I needed to do much to it aside from just some of these beat chop ups. Now, that's how I treated the vocal. Now, I'll show you guys a little bit of the other things that I did to make the vocals kind of sit in the pocket, kind of sit with Josh and Miguel as they were dropping their verses here. Let's see.
Pitiful, pick the book of Ephesians, no reason for you to miss it, dude. The atonement's limited. Matthew 1:21's definitive. Acts 20:28 on your plate, and the saints that he paid for the church exhibited. But they hate that he takes initiative, and he saves who the Father's given him.
Now that was, I think I cleaned it up actually. I don't know if but I did clean it up a bit, just to kind of give it a little bit of a cleaner break. Cadence there. What I was looking for when I did that was a spot where the cadence, the lyrics were kind of like were dope. That's exactly what I could say. Where they're sounding great, like he's got dope flow here. His cadence is just bouncing back and forth, and I wanted the beat to also bounce with him and to kind of play with him. So that's kind of what I did. The only thing I could think of, because I didn't have the stems and the track outs for this. Here we go.
Limited. Matthew 1:21's definitive. Acts 20:28 on your plate, and the saints that he paid for the church exhibited. But they.
And then from there, I also did a little bit more of the same kind of similar type of.
Elusive, improve the illusion by moving to Judas. But look at Jude 24. Elusive, improve the illusion by moving to Judas. But look at.
Yeah, so that was more or less just me slicing a snare up from the actual instrumental. You can tell the beat it's very dynamic, and it literally go in and grab a snare sound and sit wherever you wanted. And it's exactly what I did. I didn't feel like I needed to import a new snare or do another MIDI snare or play another snare. There was no need for me to do that. So I just grabbed what I had and I sliced it up, diced it up, and I placed it in time with what the vocals were doing. And that's kind of the biggest part is kind of playing along with the vocals and getting the performance to be excited with the instrumental.
To Judas. But look at Jude 24-25 and John 6:44 for some more of the proof, kid. Jesus said that there wasn't one he was gonna lose. He started this work and he's gonna finish it to prove it.
Essentially, it was not much that I did to the instrumental. I just wanted to show you a little post-production that I did when it came to the instrumental 4/5 and how we're able to make it fit and give it a little bit more character and some, maybe some customization, if I may. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. And if you can, please subscribe to my channel and also like the video. If you can hit that button, that'd be great. Thank you so much, guys. We'll catch you later.
We'll begin with grace and this great salvation, kid. Starts with the Father, homie, he is so gracious. Ephesians states it, kid, saved by grace at this. Verse 8 and 9, homie, see the correlation. His foreknowledge in salvation is plain. His select purpose to pass it.